Hello, hello, hello. We are live. This is Jason Smith, Super Coach Smith of the Lifestyle Entrepreneurs. We are doing our GCN Global Connection Network, GCN Wireless Sunday night training call. I have my two partners in crime. Just too much to say about these guys. We've got Craig Corbitt, we've got Kenneth Francis Jr. We're going to have an executive on the line giving us company updates. So right now, we're going to talk about some different training topics. One of the ones that we have both Craig and Kenneth talking about, this is going to just be a freestyle, but it's really talking about the mindset of why people join any business out there. Not necessarily talking about network marketing. We could be talking about a traditional business, why you start it. You could be talking about why do you go work for a business? Why do you become an executive? And a lot of it has to do with someone's mindset, and it also has what do they want out of life? And see, that's real important. What do they want out of life? So if we're going to be talking about starting a business, you need to know their why. What do they want out of life? And then we can tailor our message to those things that are important to them. So I'm not going to steal any thunder from these guys, so I'm going to turn it on over, and Ken and Craig, take it away here.
Absolutely. Well, another Sunday night GCN training call, and I told you guys it wouldn't be the Kenneth Francis show or the Jason Smith show, the Craig Corbitt show. It's going to be a GCN show. You know, the leadership that you'll have on these calls every single Sunday night. They're building a business. You know, they're out there in the trenches 5 days a week, some 6 days a week, some 7 days a week. Planting seeds. And reaping the harvest, and putting people in the network, and activating lines, and promoting these events that we're having every Sunday night, the calls that we're having during the week, the calls Marlon Luna's doing on Friday night, all these things, all these tools, So I think when you're building a business, you have to, from my standpoint, I think tools are very, very important. So this is just another tool to help individuals that are, that have no idea what they're doing, and people that even have a lot of experience doing what it is that we're doing. Because once you stop learning, right, you stop earning in the industry. You have to continue to learn, right? It's a process here, okay? You never arrive in this industry. And as you can see behind me, all these notes on the board, I'm erasing and writing new things up there constantly because I'm learning, I'm adding new techniques. And so this is what this call is about. So tonight is going to be, just like every other Sunday we've had. I mean, power pack, lots of meat that you can take back to the field to start your week off right Monday morning, because we know most people, there's some statistics about Monday morning. I won't get into that, but most people have some issues on Monday morning, and they need a little push. They need a little some positivity. So turn off the TV. Get to a quiet place, get your notepad out, like I always say, get your calendar out, because there'll be dates and there'll be things coming up that you'll want to jot down. We have a very, 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 very special guest tonight that you'll want to hear from, and get your fever going up for this company, man. And moving into this week, I have a feeling this week is going to be really, really special with what we got going on. So, Mr. Corbitt, what you got, my friend? Let's roll.
All right, man. And while he was saying guy's special guest, he was talking about me. Thanks, Kenneth.
Absolutely.
Maybe I read into that wrong, but yeah, obviously we got the incredible visionary of the company on tonight too, so we're excited for that. Love sharing this panel with you guys, man. I can't tell you how much I enjoy it. What I would love to share with you guys tonight, and you guys feel free, Jason and Kenneth, to jump in with me on this. I'm a real firm believer of people, like they said, Jason was saying, find out what people want in life, okay? I don't think we got a lot of people that promote a business and promote a product, but they don't find out about what people want, okay? They lead automatically into something. So if you don't know what people want or what they're looking for, how can you correlate what you have to offer to be the answer, okay? So here's the thing, is that when you start to ask questions, you start to get answers, right? So these questions, right, and they're going, okay, here's my answers to your questions. Maybe what's important to them, right? I'm not going to share something with a person that makes 6-digit figures in income and talk to them about making more money necessarily, because that may not be it, right? Normally people that are making that kind of money, their big thing is time freedom. Their big thing is how can I get free because they have to work all the time. So I really like to have questions with people and find out where people are at first. Find out what's going on in their life. What do they want? And check this out. If they have some desires and things they want in life, the next question you need to ask them is, what's the vehicle they have that's going to get them there? Because check this out. If they don't have a vehicle, guess what? Thank goodness they're talking to you because you have a vehicle. You have something that could possibly get them where they want to go in life. But check this out. Sometimes people, here's one thing I realize about people, guys, is that sometimes people don't realize what they want in life until you ask the right questions. Then when you start asking the right questions, they all of a sudden register and go, crud, like, you know what, you're right. Like I realize now I want that. I realize I don't have it. I don't realize how I can get it. Okay, and so I'm going to give you an example. I had a really good friend, Daniel Van Wagner. He was up in Washington. Jason, you probably remember him. Built a huge organization in a previous company we had. I tell you what, I never approached him one time about network marketing or about my business. Something he was intrigued about, though, is he said he was watching every single one of my posts. He said he was stalking me, actually. He said, I just didn't let you know because I didn't like anything. I didn't comment on nothing. I was just watching you. And so one of the things that he was intrigued by is, I mean, he literally, it was funny because he sent me one of his pay stubs of what he gets paid. And he goes, so I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not necessarily looking for more money, but what intrigues me is time freedom. And he goes, that's something I don't have. And he goes, I have all the money in the world, but I don't have time to be able to even enjoy it. And so he has a little girl too. So the thing that intrigued him was time freedom, right? So in that moment, I was able to present what I had as an offering, as a business, to give him that vehicle now. I said, okay, great. So here's what you want. I tell you what, so I almost like I packaged what my company had to fulfill his need, to fulfill his what was going to answer that question. So you got to understand, I'm going to package what we have differently to certain people, right? It may be the same product, but I got to package it according to what's going to fulfill, what's going to be that vehicle that people need. And so that's one thing I realized, guys. Target what people need, okay? Figure out what they're looking for and what they want, and then guess what? You could be that answer for them to be able to get them what they want in life, man, especially if they don't have a vehicle. And, I mean, you guys feel free to chime any experience off of that you have. But that's one of the things I kind of wanted to just hit on a little bit. I don't know if you guys want to add anything to that. But
Yeah, I think, you know, what you're saying is very powerful. But, you know, I think people always need the, you know, well, how do I do that? You know, they know why they need to do it, you know, but how do they do it? So the how is just as important as the why, because, I mean, you can have all the desire and the want to do something, but if there's not a roadmap to get to that point to where you can find out what a person wants, it goes all the way back to a couple of trainings a few Sunday nights ago, or I don't know if we even went into deep training about it, but the form technique, you know, family, occupation, recreation, money or the message. Family, occupation, recreation, money or the message. Compliment a person. Hey, I like your hair today. Hey, I like those glasses. Hey, I like the shoes. Hey, what are you reading? Hey, would you like, you know, what are you drinking this morning? What coffee are you drinking? I mean, just spark up a conversation and begin to communicate. It's very important. You're not going to build this business big unless you learn how to communicate, not only with yourself, but with other people. You have to communicate with yourself as well. You got to get real with yourself and realize that there's some areas that you're going to have to navigate through to get to where it is you really want to go on the other end. It's not going to be easy. It's a long journey, you know. The road to success is filled with potholes and mountains and, you know, booby traps, all kinds of stuff. People that don't want you to win, and you're going to run into a lot of stuff. So, but you got to learn how to communicate with yourself and other people. Okay, so how do you do that? Form technique. Write it down. FORM. Family, occupation, recreation, money or the message. Find out about someone's family. You know, how many kids do they have? You know, are they married? You know, where are they from? You know, what do they do for a living? What do they like to do for fun? I mean, by that time, a person is giving you everything, all the ammunition you need to reel them into the business, or to, I'm not trying to sound, you know, strategic with it. I mean, be real. I mean, just people, love on people is what I'm trying to say. Don't make it all, you know, robotic. Hey, what do you do for a living? Hey, you know, how many kids you have? Oh, okay, let's get, you know, go to the next deal. Just have a conversation. Make it conversational, you know, meld it all together. You can start with hey, you know, what do you do for a living first? You don't have to do family. You can come back to that, you know. You can come back to the occupation. You can talk about recreation in the very beginning. Man, I wish I could take a vacation here. And just spark a conversation with people. So family, occupation, recreation, money, and the message, that's how you find out a person's why. Because I guarantee you, when they start talking about their kids, when they start talking about what they really love to do, guess what? They're going to realize, and you're going to realize, wow, they need time freedom. Trust me, everybody wants it. Everybody wants time freedom. Everybody wants to be free, but freedom isn't free. You got to pay some price, right? So, you know, that's what I can just add to that is just a little nugget, a little tool to use to figure out and to have a person basically tell you exactly what their why is in life, because nobody's working 40, 50, 60 hours a week because they love to. There's a reason behind it. They're going to tell you, okay? So hopefully that helped.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
Well, I'll tell you what, Ken, you were so right on. Oops, is that? You're so right on that. Is because when you actually get to the higher levels of like say corporate management, an important consideration when they're interviewing you for higher levels of management is they want to know your why. I mean, it's not just about your job performance. They have to understand your mentality. They have to understand what drives you outside of the job. And they do interview on all of the other components because they want someone who is really, especially certain companies, they're going to want to know a lot about you. You see that in sports teams. It's not just about how fast a player can run or how high they can jump. They want to get inside their head, their mentality, their psychology to understand about what drives them, what motivates them, why do they push. And you're absolutely correct. If you're going to be in business, it is proven, any business, that what drives you, what motivates you when times are tough, is going to have a significant impact on the results. And that's a good question. And when you're talking to someone, that form method, I mean, that's what's taught at in high-level professional sales and high-level professional management of getting to know somebody, is that we have to understand what's behind business, not just business itself.
Absolutely. On point, on point. What else we got over there, Mr. Corbitt? I'm up here looking at some notes that I'm going to bring up later.
All right. No, good stuff, man. One of the other things I was going to share with you guys is, and I mean, like I said, you guys chime in off this too, because this is good stuff. Think about, like they were just talking about thinking about your why, right? So, you got to figure out why you joined this business. So everybody that's chimed in right now and you're actually watching this, you should understand something. Figure out your why. And if you've lost that passion at all, or maybe you haven't built up enough, you got to remember why you're a part of this again. Okay. Remember your strengths. Remember what got you passionate about this, because I've seen people onboard into businesses and they basically just kind of lose their passion, they lose their zeal. Maybe it was a really great idea. One of the biggest things I hear people say, which I'm sure you guys have heard the same thing, is when you share GCN, everyone says the same thing. They say, well, it just makes sense. I go, yeah, man, that's awesome. It just makes sense. I mean, you're paying for your cell phone bill anyways. You might as well work it as a business. But then people wonder, why doesn't everybody actually do it, right? Because you have these conversations, right? I don't think I've actually had a conversation with one single person yet that hadn't said, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. Now, has every single person that said that joined? No, they haven't joined yet, not every single person. But there's a reason, right? Because some people don't get the fact of going, okay, what's my motivation? What's my dreams? And how am I going to get there? And I ultimately believe 150% this is the best opportunity you could ever get involved in that makes the most sense for people. We got people that are building organizations and teams right now that literally have told us, they said, man, I've never had so much success in a network marketing company and then as much success as I've had in a week to 2 weeks in this company, and I've been a part of ones for years, right? And they found more success because the conversation of mobile was simple for them. But I want you to understand that everybody that says that, guys, just understand that not everybody's going to join. It's just not going to happen, okay? Right. But then I also want to hopefully rejuvenate some people's mentalities, right, and your mindset of as far as building into this thing. If you're not having conversations, here's what I believe, okay? This is what I've told other people, and it may make some people mad. But I tell them, if you're not having conversations you're not building, right? You're not out there striking up conversations with people, then something in your mind all of a sudden doesn't believe it's possible. All of a sudden something triggered in your head that made you believe from, this is awesome, what a great idea, I'm not building nothing at all, right? Not even going anywhere. I haven't had any conversations, haven't had any three-way calls. I talked to a couple people, they told me no, but I'm going to kind of just stand here now and kind of sit here and just hope someone's going to place someone in my network, they're going to blow up, and then I can sit back and drink some coffee, right? That's just not what's going to happen. And so here's the deal is that you believed it from the beginning, and everybody that's watching this right now, if you're being, I guarantee if you're watching this and you're involved in GCN, you're a business builder, you need to rejuvenate things to not let doubt enter your head. Because here's what happened. When you don't build and you don't have conversations, right, that means you let doubt come in. And doubt will literally, guys, be a dream stealer. It will be a dismotivator. It will shatter you it'll cripple you. It'll literally cripple. I've seen it paralyze people to where they couldn't go anywhere in life because of doubt. They literally had doubt, man. They were like, for that one moment, they were like, yes, this is it. This is my business. And then all of a sudden, somewhere along the way, they let doubt come in. Maybe a few people tell them no, or maybe that didn't make sense to them, and they just completely took their dream out from underneath them, kicked their legs out from underneath them, and they said, well, crap, maybe they're right. Maybe this can't work. I'm telling you guys 150% from people that have been in the mobile industry and built huge organizations that we have on this panel, it can and will work. It's not a fact of when it will. It will work, and it can work 150%. And that's why I always tell people, I go, man, if they just invest time, if they actually are having conversations, actually doing three-way calls, using the form technique, using that stuff, I almost want to be as convinced to say it's bulletproof, because there's no reason why you can't be having conversations with people at one point that are going to join your business and your team. But somewhere along the way, you let doubt get in the way, you let it dismotivate you, and now you're kind of sitting there and you're standing there, you're just waiting for a golden ticket. You're waiting for a lottery ticket again. Maybe you started going back to Walmart and buying that lottery ticket again. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying anything against lottery tickets. Hey, who knows, man? Maybe somebody will hit the big one. But all I'm saying is that you have something huge in your hands right now to build a business. You have the product. It's here. It's tangible, okay? You have a retail. I mean, if you guys don't understand, a mobile cell phone business, yeah, I mean, it's right there, guys. People that sit, I mean, understand this. There's people that stand in a retail store for 40, 50 hours a week doing this as a full-time job and position. And guess what? Some of them are making great commissions, great sales. They live or die by that hourly rate. They got to go in there and they got to work that job. I mean, but dude, they're working as a business. This is a real thing. This is a very real thing. The only great thing about this one is you can take it and bring it anywhere you want to. And guess what? You can bring on people anywhere in the world by the power of social media and what we have access at our fingertips. And so I just say that, guys, I don't know if you guys want to hit anything, but I just feel like there's some people out there that, you know what I mean, like I said, you all of a sudden hit doubt somewhere, and I know you guys have seen it in the industry too. People hit doubt, and all of a sudden it steals their dream, dismotivates them in a matter of days, and then they just sit there and they're waiting for something to happen. And I go, it's not going to get handed to you guys. Business doesn't get handed to us, guys. We have to be the motivators. You got to be motivated. You got to find something like Kenneth talks about, you know, guys, like books that we give resources to. There's so many things out there that I'm telling you, I'll watch some videos, man, that some of these guys will post, dude, or you know, just a simple, it's just a saying, like Kenneth will post some just like quote, right? Just a random one sentence quote, and I'm like, yes, you know, I'm like, yes, let's go do it. Yeah. You know, and then Jason's been posting all these crazy quotes, and I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm motivated. But here's the deal, is if you're not plugging into things like this, you're not plugging in at all into anything, and you're expecting something to just happen, it is never going to happen. It's just not.
Perfect segue, Mr. Corbitt. I mean, you're lighting it up. Work harder on yourself than you do on the business. That's the perfect segue. How do you work harder on yourself than you do on your business? Well, your business is activations, the SIM cards, talking about the comp plan and how we get paid, and talking about mobile and the industry and the AT&T partnership. That's your business. Now, yourself is your belief, your faith, your activity, how you're plugging in, all those things Craig just mentioned. You have to work harder on that so you don't let doubt creep in. How do you work harder on that? You plug into these types of trainings, right? You read books like this. I'm probably going to show it backwards here. You read books like that, right? You take notes for years. You take notes for years, and you go back and you read them over and over and over and over and over. You go back to what was working. You go back to when your belief was so high that nobody could steal your joy and your fever for the business, right? Because really, that stuff translates to any business. It's not old stuff because it was 2-3 years ago. It's the same stuff. It's right here. The 6 inches of real estate, they call it. What are you thinking about? What are you reading? What are you listening to? Are you listening to FM radio, or are you listening to Holton Buggs or Jim Rohn or Brian Tracy or Bob Proctor? Or, I can go on and on and on. Who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? What are you reading? Are you reading Think and Grow Rich? I can pull some books off my shelf here. Are you reading books like this? The Magic of Thinking Big. What else I got over here? Here it is on my bookshelf. Secrets of Highly Effective People. This is how you stay not only motivated, because you're motivated by getting on here and say, oh, those guys are, man, they're doing it, man. They got me pumped up. But you have to not only be motivated or have motivation, but have inspiration. Inspiration comes from inside. You have to make it work for yourself. You have to believe it in yourself. You have to work on that. It comes from the inside, guys. We can't make you go do anything. All we can say is it's for you, it's here, it's waiting, but you have to find out inside of you how bad you really want to go out here and succeed. And that's inspiration. So what are you doing? How hard are you working on yourself? Not the business. The business is going to work. Trust me. What's the Mobile Logic and AT&T and all this stuff, they're going to, trust me, they want this thing to jump off. SIM cards, all that's good. They got that figured out. We're just trucking along, but when it really blows up, when I'm really feeling like it's coming up pretty soon here, when it really explodes, are you ready? Are you prepared for the wave that's going to overtake you? Or are you going to, burn yourself out because you don't believe big enough, right? Your belief has to be ahead of the curve, all right? So how hard are you working on yourself? Trust me, you want to plug into every and anything that's out there that regarding GCN week to week that we're putting out there as far as content, the calls, the information, the hangouts. You want to plug in, and also that information that you took notes on years ago at the seminar, years ago at your training or whatever it was. That stuff still applies today. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. It's the same stuff, right? You. How hard are you working on you? Not the business, working on you. So, that's a whole nother training right there. But just that little piece, it's monumental in your success in this business, right?
Yeah. No, man, that's fire, man. That's fire, dude. That's it, man. Belief in yourself, man, because I see a lot of people that don't believe in themselves, man. And it's really disappointing because I hate to see people lose out on dreams, lose out on visions because they don't believe in themselves. And so we encourage people tonight. I hope, if anything, tonight, man, we really encourage people on that. Now, I also know, Kenneth, that we got to get, because we will be having Kirby on here in a few minutes, and Jason, dude, this is awesome. We got to have Jason share this because he's going to be able to time himself, and we're going to see how quick he does this.
Are we using are we using a PowerPoint, Jason, tonight?
I think he is. Jason,
okay, awesome.
PowerPoint.
He's going to share a screen?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to share a screen. So,
absolutely.
And as I'm getting ready to share this screen, I'm going to tell a few things. You were talking about how people having the confidence as far as what to do. One of the things that I would tell them is that, number one, start with something that's easy. Asking people about their phone. It's a really easy conversation to have. Hey, who's your, what kind of phone do you have? Who's your service with? And then if you ever hear one thing that's really just the easiest, I'm talking about a layup in business in this, is that when you hear someone complaining about their phone service, it is the perfect intro into the conversation about what we do. Even if they're just a customer, it's the perfect intro into that. So, when you, and I've caught this so many times where I hear somebody, over the last several years, they're talking about their phone service, either they love it, they hate it, or they're talking about, I wish I could have a new phone, whatever the case may be. And that's the part where you just ask a few simple questions and transition, hey, by the way, here's what I do. And that's, I'll tell you what, that's the easiest way to get into some conversation. They could be just a customer. You might find out that they are interested in a business. And that's where I'm going with this, is that I was meeting with a friend of mine the other day. We were going to go to lunch. He wasn't happy with his current mobile service. So I said, well, why don't we go to lunch and I'll get you switched over, during lunch. He goes, during lunch, don't we have to go to, he was thinking we had to go to a store, and that's not the case. But we sat down and had lunch. We talked about it. And then somewhere as we've talked about the plans, and we're getting everything set up, he just, he looked at me and just said, well, is that all you have to do to make this work as a business? I said, yeah, you just pay a business fee of $145, and then you can sign people up as customers. You can go, sign up business partners. You have a, walking, mobile store. Armed with SIM cards in hand, you are a mobile dealer. And so right at that point, it was right where we are right now. I had to jump into a very quick compensation plan because he just flat stopped me in the middle of what we're doing. He goes, just tell me how to make money with this thing. So that's why this is here. Now, I'll tell you, I can't do it in 60 seconds, but we can do a comp plan in maybe 360, but I'm going to go fast. So first slide we see here, we're talking about the mobile plan, $49.95, 44 gigabytes, AT&T 4G LTE. So he was wanting to know how you get paid. And I said, well, once you pay the $145, the business fee, you're up and running. Your first thing is to start talking to people about mobile. Also talk to other people about being your business partner. And really the first thing is called the Freedom 5 formula. That's where you find 5 customers or 5 partners who have mobile service. Once you have 5 mobile lines active, you have free mobile service. It's that simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, free mobile service for you, and there you have it. You get a $50 service credit each and every month for your mobile service. If you have any mobile customers over the 5, you get $250 a month for them. If you do the first 5 in the first 30 days, they double that to $5 a month for the 6th customer on. And he got excited. He goes, wow, so if I sign up or just sign up 5 people, I can get free service? You bet. It's that easy. And he goes, well, how do I get beyond that? And I said, well, let me tell you about that. It's called the Freedom Leadership Club. That's the next step. That's where you're going beyond just having free mobile service. So you continue to find customers. And when you do that, not only do you have your 5 business partners with mobile lines, you find 10 mobile customers. And so you just keep looking for new customers. And that's just having conversations with people who have mobile service. Just like I said before, it's not hard. You're going to find people that can't stand their mobile carrier and would like to switch. You're going to find people that are happy. And it's just a simple conversation. And what happens is when you hit that 15 active lines and 5 business partners, we see right here, it's a business partner is called an IM, an independent marketer. And you see the little logo there that is the phone right there. So that's each one of these little circles is an independent marketer plus mobile service. Right here, that represents 10 customers with mobile lines. So you have 15 active mobile lines and 5 business partners. You're getting free service. Now, when you get to that 15 active mobile lines and 5 customers, or 15 active mobile lines and 5 business partners, they give you a raise, an extra $250 a month. So in this case, if you had $5 a month, you did it in the first 30 days, it now raises that to $750 a month. So that's 50 plus 75. So that is the second month. But we don't stop there with just activating customers. Hey, we're going to help our first 5 get their 5. That's the leverage of this business. That's what makes it different from having just a traditional mobile store. You see right here on the screen, not only do you have your customers, but you take those independent marketers, those people that you know, and you do the same thing. You help them find their first 5. And that's what we do. Kenneth is trained on 3-way calls. He's trained on so many different things. You rely on the power of the group. You don't have to do it by yourself. All you have to do is find someone that's interested, that might pique their interest about owning a business or maybe a mobile business, and then you connect them with some of the other leaders. And that's how you help your 5 get their 5. What's in it for you once you do that? That's where we start seeing the leadership bonus come into play. That is a monthly residual leadership bonus that you get for growing the organization. And in that circumstance is that it's a point volume that you get for each active mobile line in your network. Here's how we calculate that. Each mobile line counts for 10. PV stands for personal volume or group volume. So if we thought about that prior slide, we have you, that's one mobile line, and then we had your 5 business partners, well, that's 5 more mobile lines, and they had 25 business partners, so we've got 31 total there, plus your 10 customers, that's 41. So 41 times 10, 410 personal volume, group volume total. So what would that make? What would that earn you? Well, that would be the first global leadership bonus rank called an IM1. That gets you your free service, $50 credit. You've got your $75 for those personal lines that you activated, and now you're getting monthly residual leadership bonus of $100. That's total compensation of $225. That's very doable in the second month of your business. The only catch to that is that you've got to have more than one business partner that's doing something. You've got to have really at least a balance of 3 business partners doing that in 3 different legs. So that's a later training that we can talk about, but that's the only catch to that. Well, it doesn't stop there. We have that leadership bonus that we're talking about. You can go through this, and if you notice this chart right here, you see that? See all the ranks, IM 1 through 7, and then we go into some global leader ranks. Well, if you look right here, this PVGV total, that's your group volume. Divide that by 10, and that tells you how many mobile lines have to be active in your network. So in this first one, that's 33 active mobile lines. That's 90 active mobile lines. That's 280 mobile lines, and you can see the monthly leadership bonus. And you're like, well, I can't do that myself. Well, of course not. But here's the thing. What if you find another business partner like Ken, or you find another business partner like Craig? Can they do some mobile lines? Hey, guess what? One of them knows somebody owns a store. They activate 30 or 40 mobile lines a month in their store. What if they were activating for us too? Hey, guess what? They might know another mobile store too. And you see how your network can grow and grow and grow. And so that's where that leverage comes into play. Hey, we've only been in this soft launch. We don't have all the tools we need. But I'll tell you what, my mobile store that I started, I'm already activating a lot of lines. And we're not even open for business. My mobile store, by telling a few people who tell a few people who tell a few people, would be able to compare to many mobile stores that are already out there as far as just the volume being done in my mobile store. I don't have the cost of a retail location. I don't have any of those things that you would consider, that would be some of the reasons you would not want to be in business. I don't have employees to deal with, but I'm getting paid, and that's the big part. And here is what the reason we're really in this is called the power of duplication. It's where you take that leadership bonus, and we're going to track this out to show how in a residual, you can have a 120-day plan to a residual income that's in the 4-figure amount. So right here we have that first month. We get our 5. Guess what? That's our mobile service for free right there. And that next month, we help those 5 get their 5. So now we have a total of independent marketers of 30 in our organization. That generates 400 group volume. That's a residual $100 a month. Now, in that third month, where those 5 or those 25 get their 5, that puts you at a total organization of 155 reps, generating $1,650 in group volume, and a leadership bonus of $225 a month. And in that 4th month, that's where you really start to see this explosive growth, where now that really comes into 625 reps, a total organization of 780 reps, 7,900 points, and now you have a residual 4-figure income at $1,350 a month. That is the track, a 120-day track to create a residual 4-figure income each and every month. That's the type of thing that changes lives, is when you're talking about paying somebody's home, paying somebody's car, insurance, wiping out those basic costs that we all have. And that's where you really make a difference in someone's life. So I'm going to do a recap right here. Month 1, free mobile service. Hey, guess what? What if I fail in my business? Well, guess what? Failure is part of business. If you fail, you got a great mobile deal. Well, that's a tough one to deal with. Okay, month 1. Hey, if I do just a little bit average, you know what? I find 5 customers, but I fail on the rest of it. I've got free mobile service. Who's going to complain about that? But what if, just what if, I actually find some people that'll come out and start working the business like me, and they start to progress down this 5 who get 5 who get 5. And so in month 2, we have free mobile service, We ended up with a business builder bonus of $75, and now we've got a global leadership bonus of $100 for $225 of compensation. Month 3, guess what? That changes the whole game. Now this bonus is going up to $225, so you have $350 of compensation. And then now that we get down to month 4, where you have that 4-figure residual leadership bonus each and every month, now you're talking about just under $1,500 a month. You're talking about $1,475 compensation package each and every month. That is something that can change someone's life. Now, I know I've gone over probably 5 minutes or so. I've been creative in my discussion here, but I wanted to be able to sit down and show you how you could do this in someone's life and show it real simply. I hope everybody understood that presentation, and literally, you could do it right from your phone. That's the thing. We are device-driven. You don't have to have all these crazy business systems. You don't have to have anything. Guess what? Our product right here, that is all we need to do this business right here, just the product. Look at that. We could just do that same presentation that you saw. You don't have to have Google Hangouts. You just do it right on your phone, just like that. Who couldn't do that? Look at that. Boom, just like that. Sitting down at lunch, explaining that to someone.
Love it. Oh man, love it. I love it.
I mean, let's not complicate this thing.
Yeah, real. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to, man. I mean, what was that? About 10, 15, 10 slides, maybe? You know?
What's that?
There was about 10 slides there.
Less than that.
Less than that, yeah. I mean,
and I added a front one and a recap at the end. It really only has 6 slides.
So what else do you need at this point? That's our value proposition. It's perfect. I mean, I saw. I mean, that's huge potential there, man. Thanks so much for sharing that. Yeah, I want to get that. Why I can get that on my phone too, Jason.
And I'm not trying to go through the whole compensation program and all the plans and everything and all the products and all that, because that can be overwhelming to someone, especially if they're not ready for it. But it allows me to explain it to that so that they want to know more, that they're interested in going, oh wow, I can understand that on the first try, the first roll through. And the biggest thing is it's duplicatable. So if they could feel like they could go through and explain that to someone else, that's the win. That's that power of duplication. It's got to be easy to explain. And guess what? Once they're starting to get involved, they want to know, hey, guess what? We've got more than just mobile. There are a lot more products on the table than just mobile. That's going to blow them out. They're going to be excited because now it's like, oh, wow, I didn't realize you guys had more. I thought you were just this. No, we're much, much more.
Perfect segue. Perfect segue. Yeah. Special guest just chimed in. Craig, do the honor. Bring our special guest up. I'm excited. Looking to take some notes here. You muted out there, Craig. There you go. There you go.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, of course. Hey, thank you guys for everybody being on and sharing tonight. Obviously, guys, our big special guest obviously is the man, the only Kirby Cochran. The Visionary of GCN. We're incredibly blessed to be able to have his presence tonight on this video call. I just thank him, Kirby, for taking time out. Guys, Kirby is, for those of you that get a chance to actually meet him later on, hopefully at some regional and national events, I mean, you're going to be more than impressed. He's probably just unbelievably genuine person. Venture capitalist. I mean, I think everybody should know every bit of information and background on Kirby. If you don't know, you should get taught a little bit on it because Kirby's awesome and a phenomenal leader for us. He's there for us 150%, and he wants to see everybody succeed. I love the fact of seeing somebody that's a visionary and CEO of a company that's actually genuinely cares about seeing everybody find freedom, right, of some form in their household, whether that's cell phone freedom, of no bill, to 100 or 300, 500, 50. A month. I don't care how high you want to go, but the things that he actually generally cares about everybody out there and wants to see everybody succeed. And he's very generous to give us his time, more than just tonight for some of us as leaders, which we appreciate Kirby very much. And we just wanted him to basically get a chance to just give you guys some updates. If anything, just kind of encourage you guys of where we're going, maybe here in the next month, 2 months. And some things that we know that will be just kind of coming to be able to help everybody continue to grow their business. And so with that being said, Kirby, man, appreciate you, and the floor is yours.
Well, thanks, Craig. So I see that there is, in counting myself, 4 people. Are there other people that I don't see on this tonight?
Yeah, Kirby. Actually, this is just who we have. We just have us as direct invites. A lot of other people are all watching this live right now on the YouTube channel, so you don't see them down here, but they're all viewing it right now. So.
Okay. Well, I'm sitting here in the quiet of my office, and my phone started blowing up this afternoon. You know, I was getting texts from all you guys saying, "Hey, do you think you could get on this call?" Anyway, it's been a hot mountain summer day here, and it's starting to get quiet. But I really appreciate being invited, Craig. It is very nice of you to ask me to come. So yeah, I guess everybody wants to know where we are. You and Jason and Kenneth have been involved in the company for a little bit, and there's a couple different routes you can take when a company started. You can go try to write your own software and integration and stuff like that. Well, I can tell you, my suggestion is no one ever do that, because it is so much more complex than a person can imagine. And so when we began to contemplate starting Global Connection Network, we retained a group called By Design. They're out of Florida. They have offices here in Utah, and we contracted with them to start building our site. And along comes Ed Kilgore. And Ed, who had known me in a previous company, and he said, Kirby, can you go get a cell phone deal going with one of the big carriers? And off I went, and it took us about 2 months to get the deal done. And so we're using a Global Connection Network is using a company called Mobile Logics, who was able to put a deal together for us with AT&T, and they have a platform that allows them to get people going and started. Well, they're a wholesaler, and so GCN and Mobile Logics and AT&T signed a contract. And the thing about the network marketing space or affiliate marketing that have multiple tiers of compensation, that is not easily done in the computer world. And I know that Mobile Logics thought it was going to be easy to do, because people get their cell phone service through GCN Mobile Logics, and then when someone gets it, you as a salesman want to make sure you get paid, correct, Craig? and it's just, we have several different ways of paying you. We have your 5 and it's $50, and you have the builder bonus, and you got the founder leadership club, and then you have the fast start bonus, and you also have the leadership bonus. And so it's been extremely frustrating for me. I know it's frustrating for those of you out in the field, and I love the three of you. You guys have been so kind and supportive of me. I feel like I'm the expectant father in the waiting room, and I don't even get to go in the delivery room. And it's just when the baby's done, it's done, and then you get to see it. Well, guys, I think we're real close to having the baby born. And as far as an update, the system has been being tested for the last 2 weeks. There were 3 other things that Dr. Anderson, who works with us, he let them know that needs to be done. So I assume that they're programming those over the weekend, but we're real close to having office go live. And the other thing is that you probably have talked to Ed and Marlon, and we had a phone call with Scott this last week. AT&T is changing software platforms, and they've been using what is called a platinum package, and that's how dealers can sign up customers. Well, that has gone away, and it was introduced at the end of June and said it's effective immediately, and they're not going to do any more integration on the old side. So they've told me that they are going through the final, MobileLogix is going through the final process of getting their all security clearances to make sure that people can't go in through MobileLogix and hack AT&T. And that's what it amounts to. And so we're pretty confident that they will pass, and that's supposed to go, they're supposed to be given the keys this week. So having a new dynamic sign-up process will change. And Jason, this is for you. They have told me that in many instances you'll be able to activate or port people within 1 minute of the new system. So again, I have no reason to disbelieve them, but I believe that it will go much faster and things will be happening. So we're working on some other things that I think that if we can put together, that Scott and I have been dealing with, that I think is pretty exciting. So I don't want to distract you guys. Once I know that these other things are going, I will introduce them, but they're pretty exciting, and the one thing is I hate telling people things that are going to happen, and I'm not trying to tease you, but there's some really good things that are going on. And as far as everybody on the call, I'm really appreciative that you're with our company. We're not growing just a mobile cell phone company. And Jason, I loved your presentation. You boil it down. I've been sending you guys the kind of the slide presentation, a longer version. But with that, it is Jason, shared some things with me. If you went out to start your own AT&T exclusive resale, it would take you over $1 million. You have to have a net worth of over $3 million, and the list just goes on. And so the idea that we can give you guys residual income from 5 different ways to be able to make money on a top tier network, I think it's number one. Verizon doesn't. But this is a real fun time. It's time to start engaging, and so again, the next week I believe we're going to see things pop. So if you got some questions, you three, I'd be happy to address them if I hadn't done so already.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Cochran, you did a fantastic job of, teasing us. I know you didn't want to, but, we like that. You like that because, you want to have the hair go up on the back of your neck, and you're saying it's really, really good. It's really, really exciting because it already is, but to know that even what you're seeing in the very, very near future is even bigger and better and more exciting, that just lets us know we're in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right circumstances, and we're thrilled. But I guess my question, when you're kind of tapping on, what Jason was talking about, what's your overall vision for the company? Just you being the person that said, hey, I want to start this. I want to, what's the vision of GCN here from starting where we started and looking out, 10 years, 20 years, or however long. What's your vision?
Kenneth, I was with a bunch of attorneys this week, and they were asking me that same question. Um, my idea was to take the very best, what I think comes from network marketing, and that's the relationship marketing, and marry it with what I consider new technology, new ways of selling your products, and that's through social media and affiliate marketing. And you know, they were intrigued, and they said, well, tell us more about this. And here are these, you know, pretty smart, educated attorneys. And I said, the idea is that we want people to be able to buy our products and services, not because they're trying to participate in a compensation plan, but because they actually want to use the products and service. So I can tell you this fall we have every intention to start launching the ability to buy other products and services through your cell phone through Global Connection Network. And that the idea is that you can build your distribution network worldwide. It doesn't matter where people are, that if people are buying a product because we can compete on quality and price, you should get paid. And that's what the whole idea is that, you know, there are so many network marketing companies that sell overpriced products or services, and I'm not saying their products are bad. I'm just saying, you know, in basic economics, which they teach in business school, is people have a finite amount of money and they try to maximize its benefit to them. And if they're paying overpriced products, they can't do that. So the idea is that when other people go out and buy something, that you and your upline can be able to get paid. And this is one of the great, there's two very good things about our compensation plan. Number one, and I don't know another one out there that does this, and you guys probably do, but you can attain any level in the leadership bonus with your own sales. It's not leg requirement. It is, does it, you know, have you generated sales? So people can build affiliate networks in different parts of the United States, you know, in other parts of the world, and you get paid because we have this global seamless compensation plan, and that is done through point value, commissionable volume. Now, our goal is to have cellular phone and data service in other parts of the world, and we're working on that. And you know, we believe that that will be coming in the near future. But the idea is that you can use your phone to conduct your business that is a multinational company, and that people will continue to, as they continue to buy. And so here's one of the great things. Craig's a golfer, so he likes to golf and he wants to sell golf products. Well, I want to go out and be able to find Craig golf products that he can share through his social network, and that's email, that's word of mouth, that's on his Facebook, it's Twitter, it's Instagram, whatever it is, and they can connect back. And people can share those deals with their networks. And here's a big difference. With Amazon, if you become an Amazon affiliate, they will only pay you for the purchases that customer makes within the next 24 hours from the time they hit their website. After that, they consider their those customers their customers, and they don't pay you anymore. What we want to do is connect. It doesn't matter if you're, as long as those people are finding the deal through you and buying them through you and your network, you're going to get paid. And that's the vision. And the vision is, you know, different products. You know, if we have a saying, if people want to buy it, we want to sell it. As long as it's legal and legitimate, I should say. So the vision is to build a company that others can't compete with. If you look at Amazon, if you look at Google, these Apple, these companies are communicating with you on a one-to-one basis. They're not using social networks to be able to grow their companies. And what is Global Connection Network doing? We're connecting you. If you want to truly go build a distribution network, you can do that. And what a better venue. And, you know, I listened to Jason, you know, talk about the cell phone. That, you know, if you study, you know, history, that's what the Trojans did with the Trojan horse. They gave a way for them to get into the walls of the city. And you can trust Global Connection Network because all you guys, and there are literally hundreds of people right now getting their cell phone service from us through AT&T, through us. And we believe that we can build a company that will be a formidable force, not just in the network marketing industry, but throughout the entire world through e-commerce. So that's the vision.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty exciting, man. It really is exciting to hear from you. It really is. Thank you so much.
So imagine, if you guys will, taking over the world. This is kind of what it looks like. Is kind of basically what GCN said. No, yeah. Well, hey, like Kirby says, to tell you, thanks, Kirby. Guys, I hope you guys heard what he's saying. One thing that sticks out to me huge is buying things of quality at a competitive price or less than what people are paying for now, right? That's the biggest, you know, epidemic, I think, of most network marketing companies, right? Is that there's a lot of things that are overpriced or higher. It doesn't mean they don't have great products, but the economy we live in today, everybody's looking for deals. And so it's almost like, what excites me about that when he even says that, Kirby, and when you share about that again, and I remember from hearing it before when we were out in Salt Lake City, was just that, you know, imagine being able to basically be a reseller for every company in the world in some form or fashion, because that's basically what you'd be doing. You're able to connect the dots to everybody, and think about it. You get people on mobile. Man, I mean, I don't even think it's almost too big to even go into the technical ways. It's like, it's pretty much a mind blow moment right there. So,
well, let me tell you what is so critical with what we're building right now. Our platform is not just being built for mobile, but it's being built for e-commerce to conduct that. So if you buy a new pair of shoes, or you buy a book, or whatever it is, that there is a commissioning engine that will absolutely take place, that you will get paid. And that's been part of the challenge. I mean, the average person today turns their phone on 110 times. Well, can you imagine if we had a couple of million people turn on their phone 110 times, and we were able to show them the type of products and services that they're interested in? I mean, we're now starting to get their purchases. Costco has a great format. You know, Costco says, listen, we want you to come into the store. And, you know, for years I wouldn't go into Costco. I'd gone in, and I really don't like walking 25 feet and having someone look at my receipt because they think I just stole something. But I now am totally a Costco guy. And, you know, I pride myself in trying to eat well and stuff, and they have great fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. But if you go in and you buy mustard, I mean, the normal person probably doesn't go through 10 ounces of mustard in you know, 6 months. But these guys, they're going to sell you not one mustard. It's like 20 ounces. They're going to sell you 2 of those.
Right.
And they're doing that because they want to control all your mustard purchases forever. That you will buy everything. And so I take a look at, you know, if Costco can operate off a 12% gross margin, there's no reason why GCN can't too. So
That sounds right. Hey, we're going into the mustard business.
So,
Boy, I'll tell you what, you just hit something powerful saying that you're going to model the cost structure after Costco. Is that what we're trying to model our cost structure after them?
well,
Price?
well, what we're looking at is, again, I've been a finance professor in college for over 15 years, teaching both graduate and undergraduate classes. Here's the basic essential thing. I hear these things in the business management where they say money isn't really what motivates. And I'm going, did you hear what you just said? Money isn't what really motivates. Go talk to all the star athletes and all these other people. Money does motivate. It improves our lives. When someone says that money doesn't buy happiness, they're crazy. Because if you've ever had your power turned off, or if you haven't been able to fill your car up with gas, or you can't feed yourself or your family, let me tell you, when you have money and you can do those things, that's happiness. And don't kid yourself. So, I don't know who sold the world on this bill of goods, money isn't happiness. They're crazy. And so what our concept is to be able to do is to maximize a person's purchasing power of the amount of money that they have left in their life. So if they need something, they can buy it from us. And again, I was talking to a gentleman not too long ago that was listening to my business strategy, that the vision and what we're trying to do. And he was a supplier for Amazon. Okay, and again, I've always been the one that if you're playing a football game or whatnot and you're down by 6 and you got 40 yards to go, I was always the one that said to the coach, "Give me the ball," because I want to carry it over the goal line. And it's with that this gentleman said, until now, and he supplies a lot of stuff for Amazon. He goes, I didn't think there could be anybody who could challenge Amazon. And now I'm not going to say that we can do everything that Amazon does. They're a great company and they have some wonderful things. But I'll tell you what Amazon doesn't have, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, they don't have you. And I will take a dedicated sales force over computers and other stuff, because that is the best. That when you can marry the relationship marketing with technology and you can put it into an affiliate network, listen, I think we can do wonderful things. So Kenneth, you got me going, and that's the vision of where I want to take the company.
Hey, look, I was just letting you go. We're past time, like by 30 minutes. I'm like, let's keep going.
Hey, I mean, I just heard, if I understand you correctly, that you're talking about having a distribution platform that is something that can, work, in two directions. It can work where it coexists with an Amazon, but also can work like an Amazon, but we're building it on an affiliate force with relationships as the base versus just an online store. So we have the best of both worlds.
Well,
and we can bring in products to that platform, or we can send products out to other platforms.
That's correct.
Okay.
We got some fun stuff, and I could keep going, but everyone, thank you for inviting me.
Time out. Yeah, time out, Coach. Oh my goodness, this has been amazing. This has been amazing because to go down the wormhole just a little bit for people that haven't heard anything that some of us leaders have been kind of privy to. This is big, man. So I hope the hair went on the back of your neck tonight, folks. I hope you got some motivation and now you're inspired to go and go out there and do the form technique and make and strengthen your why and all the things we talked about during the call. Much thanks. Many thanks to Mr. Kirby Cochran taking out some time to to really give us the goods tonight. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything more. It's been fantastic. You guys have anything left? I think we're about to close it down. Wow, that's all I can say.
Well, thanks everyone. I'm gonna jet. So you have a wonderful night, and I look forward to meeting everybody. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, Kirby.
Bye.
Hey, and Kenneth, leave everybody with a country song. Is that one song that says, "You say money won't buy me happiness, but it buys me a boat." So,
I heard about that song.
But so that sounds pretty fun. But anyways, yeah, no, hey, State of the Union call, man. Like Kenneth was talking about tonight, guys. This is time to start rolling, man. This is the time to start activating. This is the time to start having conversations with people. If you're not, you're doing yourself an incredible injustice if you're waiting for everything to fall into place.
Great. There is no doubt right now. You should have no doubt. This is the perfect time right now because you just heard from the visionary, and he spoke on a few things. If you caught a few things, he's been in some conversations with some people that have lots of influence and lots of success, and they're saying what they're saying, not what he said. What they told him was that they never thought anything would come close to giving Amazon a run. What they're saying is what we're involved in here, what Mr. Cochran has created, his vision of what he wants to do. So, man, that should give you a lot of confidence, folks. He's talking to attorneys, these people that have a lot of intelligence. I mean, they have a lot of resources. They're even like, whoa, wait, this is some big stuff. So, I hope you got what you wanted tonight. I hope you got. I know I did. I'm gonna go back and listen to the hangout like 4 times before the night's up. I'm telling you right now.
Exactly.
I didn't want to miss one thing. I'm not even taking notes because I'm taking notes later. So anyway, it's been great. It's been a pleasure to hang out with all of you all, part of the GCN family.
Well, Ken, recap what we heard tonight. So what I heard Kirby say on updates, he said we've got our back office. They're completed with the testing of it. Looks like that's going to be rolling out in the next week, is what we understood. Is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. No over-promising, under-delivering here. We just know, just be ready. Be
ready, and then so that'll be where we can see our team, place our people. And then he said right after that, we've got where they're going to have the full connection, where we're going to have those ability to have our device in hand, and he didn't give a time frame, but he said this right here where you can activate instantly within I guess a minute, right?
1 minute.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
I mean, you have one of these right here, and then you have one of these together, and you're dangerous. So, and that's coming here shortly. He didn't say a time frame, but that in itself was huge. And then he said other products coming on after that.
Right.
Dude,
right.
Hey, that means you could activate 60 people in an hour.
Hey.
Absolutely. Well, hey, you got anything else, man? It's been unbelievable. I'm gonna go back. I know you're gonna post the deal. Any announcements this week? Anything coming this week? Oh, we got the Monday night opportunity call, right? Then we have Wednesday night opportunity call. We have the Friday night, call, hang out with Mr. Luna. I mean, constant. We got plenty of things to plug into. Plug into the system, right? Think of it, system. Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. That's the system. I mean, it is what it is. It's gonna, you try to go out there and figure out how this thing works. Just plug in and let the people out there that are, that have all your answers and not all your problems. Don't talk to the other people. Get your answers from the people that are actually out there making it happen, right? And you'll have an explosive week. Go out there, set real expectations. Hey, go out there, just meet one person a day. Just a small goal. Can I meet one new person a day with the form technique? Hey, just spark up a conversation. One new person. Maybe your goal is 2. Maybe it's 5. Whatever it is, have some realistic expectations, some realistic goals set for yourself. That way, when the next week comes around, you can track, with your calendar, exactly where you are, and start to improve. And that's where it all starts, folks. You know, work on yourself harder than you work on the business. Trust me, it'll go very, very far from you. So, all right. All right. I think we're good. Mr. Corby, want to close this down here?
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys tonight. Thank you for your time. Please feel free to share this video with other people on your team. Make sure you're giving them these kind of training things, man. It's important for all leaders to communicate this stuff to other people and then to their people and to their people, okay? Be leaders. Every single person watching this, be a leader. All of us look to lead, okay? We only want to recruit leaders, so be leaders. Till then, man, we'll see you guys tomorrow night on the opportunity call. Let's start the week off right. Let's get it rocking, man. And so appreciate you guys, Lifestyle Entrepreneurs team. And we're done, man. We'll catch you guys later.
One more thing. Everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. Good night.